League of Legends has been around for almost 8 years now, and it has been improving and changing each patch and each season. Comparing its early days and its present, League of Legends has evolved greatly. Its interface, gameplay, storyline, community, merchandise, content, the changes are huge. But going back to the game itself, when you sit in front of the computer and queue for a game that can last for 30 minutes, are you having fun? Or each, if not, most of your games just give you stress. Hello everybody, it's me Apathylex, and these are 5 reasons why League of Legends isn't fun anymore. For me perhaps. I'll have my suggestions for Riot Games and for the community afterwards. Alright, I started playing League of Legends in Season 1 around Maokai's release, and I really had so much fun back then. Maybe because the sense of winning isn't a big deal at that time. Players were just innocent. No meta, no build paths, 2 top, Janna vs Ashe mid. As the seasons come and League of Legends progress, metas and team composition develop, and the game becomes more competitive each season. Majority of the community often has this thirst for victory, and so the game becomes less interesting and fun for me. Let's start off with number 1, the gameplay. We know that Summoner's Rift is the main map in League of Legends. You head to your lane, earn gold, get items, try to score kills, don't get caught in group, and secure objectives. Fail at these, you lose. That simple. Same stuff every game, and it's really time consuming. Most of the time after winning, I ask myself, did I have fun? Or I just felt relieved because I just went through all of that struggle. Rewarding, but not fun. And when a game is lost, what do you feel? Just fine or disappointed? These are mostly feelings and thoughts I get from ranked games. But in normals, win or lose, I don't really mind. But even in normal games, most people are polishing win rates rather than having fun, practicing or improving themselves. Which comes to the second reason, the sense of winning every game. I think what we should put on top of that sense of winning is improvement. Nothing will happen if we just play to win, and excluding the improvement of the way we play. If we put this first, eventually, winning comes after easily. But no, top or ADC dies once, GG FF this is lost, and everyone argues against each other. Just as easy as that, everyone loses their focus. This is why I prefer to play Aram in order to escape the negativity in Summoner's Rift, and to have fun with whatever champion I get, and build Ferrari Garen or so. But apparently there are people contaminating Aram as well, with their toxic attitude and their sense of winning. This comes to the third reason, dealing with negative players. Okay. There are different types of negative players in League of Legends. There are often players who are short-tempered, dense, quitters, inters. First, short-tempered, or the flamers. We get them 80 to 90% of the games you play. Make a mistake just once, they nuke you with every curse that existed, and keeps killing everyone that caps for the rest of the game. However, don't get someone to be mistaken for flaming, just because they're giving you a constructive criticism. There's a difference between a person who's flaming and a person who's just giving you an advice. Dense people. For me, these are the ones who never learn from their mistakes and keeps committing them over and over again. These are also the ones who keep insisting their argument or whatever they believe in is right, even though it's clearly wrong. Now quitters. Quitters are the ones who give up so easily after losing their lane, or dying once, just once, and believes all hope is lost. And of course, they often say, GG, I'm done, I'm AFK, or forces a surrender, even if I'm not seeing the defeat prompt on my screen yet. Just keep playing and you might learn something. I truly resent these people. Inters. These are obviously the people who are deliberately losing the game for you. Feeding, not playing with the team, deserts you even they could help, and it's really annoying how in League of Legends, one person like this is enough to cost you the whole game. And what's more horrible is, these people are roaming freely and almost don't get penalized. These inters are as worse as the flamers. But if you think about it, there has to be a cause for those people to flame, and these inters could be the reason, and the flamers are punished more than these inters. I think their punishment should be equal. There are a lot of negative players in League of Legends. It's stressing me, and that's the fourth, stress. We players always have to shoulder every game, every struggle, every victory or defeat, and all the negative players we encounter. After your games, ask yourselves, was that game worth it? Was the experience great? And look at yourselves. You're probably frowning, or just felt relieved like, finally we've won that game. When was the last time a game put a smile on your face? I rarely start a new game or get off my seat with a smile. Maybe I just lack emotions because, well, it's in my name, apathy. But yeah, I really get the thought, wow, last game was fun. This game is no longer entertaining. We might say we shouldn't take this game seriously because after all, it's just a game. But come to think about it, this is no longer a game that gives entertainment. It has evolved into a competitive game, an e-sport. And we regular players have to adjust to it. Most people are jumping into a bandwagon and follow the trends in the meta, or what they've seen in the competitive place, and they replicate it. Then the game naturally becomes a competitive environment, which I believe is disastrous, because players are thirsty to prove themselves, and they expect to win every time, which is often negative, because they end up berating their own teammates, and they tend to be unforgiving when they messed up. The game is already not entertaining, it's competitive. But the attitude of the players in this competitive game is also failing. I'm not saying that the game's purpose is completely failing, but most of the time, in my case, the entertainment fails, and the competitive or sportsmanship also fails. And that's the 5 reasons why League of Legends is no longer interesting and no fun for me. What gets my interest is no longer the game itself, but the things around it, like the lores of its universe for example, and the other things that Riot Games provide. The animations, the merchandise, and I also love how they are producing music too, like the new Pentacle album released recently. And also the people in the community who keeps League of Legends interesting with their artworks, cosplays, videos, animations. It's not playing the game and its experience anymore. So what could Riot Games do for us players who seek the fun back in League of Legends? We've noticed that Riot often have their priority for the competitive play, and keeps making the balance system in games somehow weird. What I can suggest is just one: more game modes. We're stuck with Aram, Twisty Tree Line, and Ascension and Porro King, which keeps showing up in every rotating game modes. I have never even seen Earth put up back in the game modes last April, which it should, because April is the birth date of Earth. But of course, that's the most common cry for most of the players. Anyway, back to the usual maps: Aram, Ascension, and Porro King. What Riot may not have realized is that these game modes are becoming competitive as well. I can see the typical behavior of the players with their hunger for victory above all else, and it's contaminating these game modes like Summoner's Rift. That's what I can suggest for Riot Games: more varying game modes. Not just stuck with these 2. We've got Ascension again this week. And last but not the least is my suggestion and message for the League of Legends community: try to have fun outside of the usual Summoner's Rift gameplay. Anyway, it's Summoner's Hell now. It's really hard to prevent the negativity and toxicity in this game mode. Have fun, exclude the sense of winning, and don't let it stress you. Stop polishing win rates. They're not ranked anyway. And please, if you will just infect and contaminate these game modes that we play in for fun and escape from Summoner's Rift, just stay in normals or ranked, quarantined with your toxicity and negativity like the hell it has become. Don't bring it elsewhere. Well, that's all of it. Like and share if you agree with me, and if not, it's perfectly fine. Subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching.